Hey, this is John for jmcGarage, and in this week's jmcGarage video, we're actually going to be, or I'm actually going to be instructing on how to winterize your lawn equipment. This is very important, especially if you have, many of you probably still have a gas mower like myself, maybe a gas lawn mower, a tractor. I'm going to kind of go through and show you how to winterize this lawn equipment. Right now we're towards the middle of October. I know my son just did the last cut of the grass for the season today. As you can tell, the grass is starting to die. So this is a good time to kind of winterize your lawn equipment. So let me show you what my steps are, especially for push mowers, and I'll also show you for a tractor as well, or a lawn tractor, what you want to do also. So number one, this video won't be too long, but number one of the nice things about my Toro mower is my Toro mower actually has what they call a washout port. And what that is I have a garden hose hooked up to the quick wash port right here. Now, also what I instructed my son to do is the last time he cut the grass, which was today, I also made sure that I said, son, don't put any more gas in it because we're going to run this thing dry. He was able to finish the whole yard and get everything done, and with enough gas just left over to do this washout port system where it actually sprays water underneath the deck as it's running. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to do this until the thing runs out of fuel, which there's not much fuel, very little in the tank. So basically it's going to run out the fuel out of the carburetor and of course out of the gas line itself. So while it's doing that, then we're going to focus on the tractor and show you what you do to want to winterize your lawn tractor as well. But before we begin, first we want to do is we don't want to get something to kind of tie off my handle. So what I like to use, you can either use a rag, or if you want to use something a little bit more permanent, I'm actually going to grab a zip tie. Now, if anything gets a little crazy with the zip tie, make sure you have some. I've got this white zip tie here. I have so many zip ties. So if anything gets a little crazy with the zip tie, make sure you have some side cutters or some diagonal cutters ready to go ahead and cut it. Just in case anything gets crazy and you need to stop it real quick. Do not run your mower like this. This is a disclaimer. Do not run your mower like this. Okay? Next thing you want to do is we are going to turn on the water for the garden hose. You want to turn on full blast. Crack that thing full blast. All right, it's on full blast. I hear it running. Now it's time to start. We're going to let that run. We're going to let it clean out and everything. We're going to come back to that. But as that's being done, let's go in and focus on the lawn tractor and see what you want to do there. Now, this is the wheelie machine. Hold on. Let me pause real quick. I closed my garage door. It's a little bit quieter. We're still having the mower run in the background. But what I wanted to show you on this wheelie machine, which was an old Snapper rear engine rider, also called the Yard Cruiser, it has a sideways mounted 12.5 horsepower Breeze & Stratton single cylinder flathead engine from 1997. So what I like to do to winter prep these is simple. First off, make sure your tank is absolutely full. Like, John, really? Yes. If you have fresh, ethanol-free gasoline, please fill the tank with ethanol-free gasoline. If you want, you can use some gas shield in your tank to make sure it doesn't go bad, but make sure, so the more gas you have, the less likely it is to go bad, especially if you use ethanol-free gasoline. So please do that. That'll be my number one first step on doing that. Number two, after your tank on your riding mower or whatever is nice and full with ethanol-free gasoline, you want to find your fuel line. This is the fuel line for this machine right here. Now, what I don't have, but what I need to install is a shutoff. Those are very easy to install. In fact, let me kind of go through the basics on how to install one of those. What I like to do is you take a pair of needle nose those vice grips, like these right here, made by the company called Vice Grip. And what you do is you come over here and you crimp with the vice grips your fuel line. This will cut off fuel from the tank going to the carburetor. Then you want to take your side cutters, cut that fuel line, and make sure you get a shut off that is 3/8 in size. It usually comes with 2 clamps, and that'll go in and out, like that fuel filter there. It'll go in and out, usually before your fuel filter, to make sure that you're shutting off gas to the carburetor itself. Very important. This is the reason why you want the shut off. So, again, number one, you know, even before you fill this thing with ethanol-free gasoline, buy yourself the shut off, crimp your fuel line, install the shut off. Once it's installed, you can uncrimp your fuel line. The mower just died. We're all done there. Let me go shut the water off of that. All right, that was fun. I love this. Anyway, don't need this anymore. Once you get done installing the fuel shutoff, now once your tank is full with ethanol-free gasoline, you want to shut your fuel off to your engine, to your riding mower. You go in and you start the riding mower up with the fuel shut off, and basically do the same thing like it did to the push mower, and just run the thing, run on wide open, and just let it run itself out of gas. Everything out of the fuel line and everything out of the carburetor as well. Just let it run out of gas, and then that's it. You have it stored away for the winter. If you're doing it outside your garage, make sure you're able to put it in neutral and push it back into wherever it needs to go, whether it's into a shed or into a garage, whatever needs to happen. And that's how I winter prep these. Now in the spring, I'll show you guys what I do when it comes to changing the oil, the spark plug, checking the air filter, all those things. But right now, this would be winter prepped. Once I get that fuel shut off in there and we run this thing, I'm waiting for a throttle cable. My throttle cable broke, so I'm waiting for a throttle cable. And then we'll go ahead and winter prep this. This now is ready to go. I shut the water off to this. The engine now is totally out of gas. And we're going to disconnect the hose. All right, we're going to put this aside. You can put your garden hose attachment and reinstall that back on. Now, if you don't have this kind of washout port on your mower, not all mowers have this, what you would do is, especially if it's a gas mower, go ahead and tip it on its side. Whenever you tip your mower on its side, actually, that's much better. Whenever you tip your mower on your side, make sure you always do it with the carburetor air filter facing up to the sky. Never do it with the muffler facing up, otherwise you're going to have oil in your engine in places where it shouldn't be in your engine, and you're going to have oil filling up on the carburetor side and air filter and all that. It makes a big old mess. As you can see, the washout port didn't get every single thing out of there. Once this dries, I'm going to take a scraper and scrape out all the nastiness, the grass and everything all out of from underneath this. But the washout port did a pretty decent job, but just didn't get everything. That's where a scraper would come in. Once you get done all that, if you also want to, you can replace your blade at this time or have it sharpened so it's ready to go in the new season. Then once you get done that, it is now out of gas. You are all ready to go for the new season. Look at that, even some of the grass is already starting to flake off. So that's all I do for winter prep on my gas-powered yard equipment. If you have a 2-cycle, what you want to do for the 2-cycle is make sure you run some kind of ethanol shield. It's not good to run diaphragm carburetors totally dry, because what happens is with the diaphragm inside the smaller piece of equipment like a handheld blower or a weed whacker or a chainsaw, If they're run totally dry and they don't have the proper amount of I don't know, some kind of gasoline in there or something to keep them nice and pliable, they'll tend to dry out and they'll tend to start to dry crack, and they'll be useless the next time you want to go and start it. Some people like to run their 2-cycle equipment totally dry. I don't do that. I'll treat my 2-cycle fuel, run that treated 2-cycle fuel in my equipment, and then it'll be good to go for the upcoming season. That's what I like to do. I don't like to run my 2-cycle equipment totally dry because I don't want my diaphragms in the carburetors to totally dry out. There's no diaphragms in these carburetors. These are regular 4-style carburetors, whether it be on your push mower or whether it be on your riding mower. It's awesome. So anything else you guys want to do, you can also clean your mower at this time. If you want to give it a nice good wash or anything else, you can do that as well during this time. You should be good to go. And in the spring, we'll do the spark plug, we'll do the air filter. If you haven't installed a new blade or sharpened your blade, make sure you do that. And we'll change the oil. Oil changes are very easy on push mowers. All you have to do is turn them on their side, undo the oil. It all runs out, put the new oil in, you're good to go. And now this thing is good to go now that it's fresh out of gas. Awesome. Thank you guys for tuning in on this special JMC Garage, getting your lawn equipment prepped for the winter season. It's always a good idea. And especially if you still have gas-powered equipment, which a lot of people do. I love my gas-powered equipment. But for my smaller stuff, I always run rechargeable or electric. Anyway, you guys be blessed. Have a wonderful day. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and we will catch you on the next one.